Good morning. Thank you for watching. Another beautiful Lord's Day. We got a big sick list that we need to go through. Uh, we'd like to get prayers for Brandon Swartz, Lisa Simons, Nikki Alonzo, Amy Ship Parton, Brenda Elkins, Ricky King, Sean Petro, Lynn Baskin, Kathy Blair, Daphne Anderson, Clara Hollis, um, Jimmy Mingle, Terry Parham, Benny Blair, Blonda Parker, Doug Blair, and Alice Davis, and my friend John Ferguson. Uh, we also need to send out a prayer for the family of Vernon Davis. He was our elder, and my lesson today is going to kind of be based on him. We got one more person that we need to pray for. A friend of mine told me that his wife had an accident on a horse, and she got thrown off, and it messed her up pretty good. And she's on her way to recovery. It's been a long, hard road for her. Please pray for her and that she would get better. Today, I'm sorry I missed last week. We had the funeral and had a lot of things going on. Our elder, Brother Vernon. I just wanted to say a few things about him. He was a good man. We always would go to him when we needed to do something, like help someone, and we would go through him, and he never turned us down for anything that we needed. His motto was, "You can't go wrong helping somebody," and if you go through life with that right there in your heart, I think you're gonna be okay. Um, you know, as long as you have a good relationship with our Lord Jesus Christ, and you're baptized and you do the things that He wants you to do, if you've got that in your heart, you're going to be in good shape. Brother Vernon was a fine man. He loved having fun. Even after he got older, he was still my son. When he was a little boy, we came out to church one time, and it had snowed, and we heard something. We looked around, and Brother Vernon's out there doing donuts in his truck in the parking lot. So my son said, I won't be like him. And so he was always a great guy. Always had a good remark for you, and he was just a pleasure to be around. And we're going to miss him. Uh, you know, I'm sure everyone has heard the term preaching them into heaven. Well, that's impossible. I mean, you can say some good things about folks, but you're not going to preach them into heaven. That's between them and God. And that was another thing that Brother Vernon would tell you, that it's what's in your heart that counts. And if you don't have good things in your heart, you're going to be in trouble. Brother Vernon was always a good-hearted person. He always tried to find the good in folks. And but there's nothing I can say about Brother Vernon that will get him into heaven. That's his relationship with Jesus Christ. So please pray for his family. They have suffered a great loss in the loss of Brother Vernon. But in that case, sir, Brother Vernon left us with a good example, good things that we need to keep in mind. And that brought me into mind of the Beatitudes. And this morning we're going to be studying just a little bit of that. And I'm going to go through them and share them with you. And that's found in Matthew chapter 5. And we're going to start we'll just start at verse 5 or chapter 5, verse 1. We'll just start right there in the beginning. And seeing the multitudes, he went up into the mountain, and when he was set, his disciples came unto him, and he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit earth. Blessed are they who do hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called children of God. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, and for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Now, the Beatitudes in the Sermon on the Mount, Christ describes the basic characteristics, traits of those who will inherit his kingdom. The word kingdom usually implies someone who is on the top, who rules and has authority over others. They are privileged. In God's kingdom, the people are not privileged because they are on top, but because by being on the bottom, they were in a better position to receive God's grace and favor. These characteristics are the reverse of what man generally values in this world. Blessed can also be translated as happy. The signs of being blessed aren't power or material wealth. The sign of being blessed is receiving the benefits of God's grace. Man, that's a lot of good stuff there. If you can go through there and study those and try to apply that some to your life, have mercy on others and be helpful to one another. Have a pure heart, and blessed are the peacemakers. We're having a lot of trouble in our country right now. Seems like everybody wants to fight about something. We got to be peacemakers. We got to maintain what's right, but we need to be peaceable about it. And blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. So keep those good things, good values right there in your heart, and study on them. Maybe we can all go by the good example that Brother Vernon left us. Can't go wrong helping someone. Thank you for watching. It's the end of my lesson. So I'd like to pray for all of those in Ukraine. They're still having a pretty rough time over there. Pray for those folks. Pray for our servicemen and women and first responders and the doctors and the nurses that keep us well, all those that keep us safe. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. God bless.